tear your soul apart. Welcome to the Matt and Mark Horror Show.
We're the Monster Squad.
Hello, welcome back to the Matt and Mark Horror Show here for our Halloween special. And it's a super special Halloween special because it falls on the day of Mark's birthday. Happy birthday, Mark.
How crazy is that? Thank you so much, guys. I
That's
appreciate
awesome.
it. Holy shit.
You're
I
a
feel
Halloween
old.
baby.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to reveal something else? I cut my own hair. Watch how bad this is.
Oh boy, here we go.
So short. Look at how short it is.
Whoa!
Oh, dude, it's so short. That's crazy short.
That's crazy.
Dude, I cut it when it was wet and then it dried and it just bounced all the way back up. So now I just look like doofus Prince Valiant.
No, you don't. Is it longer when it's wet? I haven't had hair in 22
Yeah,
years.
it goes. I
so
think
don't know.
it should touch like my shoulders. See,
You've
but then
got
it just
like
bounces
a-
all the way back up.
You've got like a Surf Ninjas, like a Ernie Reyes Jr.
I
Surf
know.
Ninjas thing going
It's
on, which I
90s
appreciate.
Butt hair,
Dude, you know who you kind of look like, bro? Brendan Lee.
douche.
A little bit.
Oh, really?
Oh,
little bit.
there you
Shit.
go.
A little bit.
Okay,
man.
I'll take that. That's fucking cool. Thank
There
you,
you
Tony.
go.
That's
Do
the
a
best
round-
birthday gift ever.
Yeah, that's your gift from me this year, by the way, brother. Because I'm Poe.
Well, we are going to be wishing Mark a happy birthday, and a few other people have wished Mark a happy birthday. So throughout this episode, well, maybe not throughout. Maybe we'll just give you all the fun birthday messages up front. It makes no sense
It's
to parse
just
them
Jeff.
out. Yeah, it's not like we booked some amazing guests to come on and, hey, ladies and gentlemen, Eminem, he's
Yeah.
here to perform.
He's like,
no,
yo,
Abe Vigoda's
Mark,
corpse.
yo.
Dude, Abe Vigoda's corpse would be at the top of my playlist. I'm going to tell you because I fucking love Abe Vigoda.
Which one you got the Gilbert Gottfried message? Was that was Matt, right? On your
That
birthday?
was actually both of us. That was actually both
Oh, that's
me and
right,
Mark.
yeah.
We saved it. Yeah, there are no celebrity cameos only because I did not think to plan one.
They also got expensive.
Did they really?
Say. Dude,
Oh, I'm not
what's his
surprised.
name that we got is like $500 now. The Ghostbusters
you kidding?
guy.
Ernie Hudson is $500.
Ernie
He
Hudson
graduated
was
to
like
500.
$500, yeah.
It's- you know
Congratulations,
why?
Ernie.
It's because that photo of him looking all jacked at 70 years old went viral.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so he was like, I'm
Oh,
raising
yeah.
my rates.
Good for
you know?
him.
Yeah.
Like,
for
this
him.
is a $500
Zetamore?
body.
Way to do it, bro.
Well, we're going to be reviewing Trick or Treat, but like I said, we are also going to be wishing Mark a happy birthday. Mark, we have a couple
Thank you.
birthday messages for you, and let's play this one now. Here we go. Take it away.
Hey, Mark, we just want to wish you a happy birthday. We just really hope that this year brings you another good year of hating all movies that people like and loving all movies that people hate.
Yeah. Which one's Mark? Is he the funny one or the skinny one?
Exactly.
What a dick!
Mark, Matt, I hope you assholes continue making us laugh on your hilarious podcast where, yes, Jeff, you guys seem to express an inconsistent and sometimes questionable taste that never fails to fascinate, entertain, and annoy the shit out of me.
And Shrek can suck it.
Oh
I
no!
love you, Mark. Happy birthday, you filthy fucking animal. Insert button here.
I felt a lot of love and hate there. That was good. That was all over
I
the
know.
board.
Same time.
Oh, we've got
Happy
it together.
birthday, buddy.
There you go. Those were our
Holy shit, that's
friends
hilarious.
over there at our sister
you, guys.
podcast, The Love of Cinema. Thank you, boys, for putting that together. Mark, apparently, as we're known on the streets, you're the skinny one, and I'm the fat one, but they don't say that. I'm
Yeah,
the
but at
funny
least
one.
you're funny.
At least I'm funny. I got that going for me. It's like when you have the fat girl at a party.
the
You're like, she's got
angry
personality. She's full of personality, and that's how you know. Mark, let's have another birthday message for you. This one, real close in the studio. Here we go.
What's up, Matt and Mark Movie Show? This is the producer in the booth. I'm actually probably in the room with you guys. I have no idea where I will be when this is played, but a big happy birthday to Mark because you're amazing and you've been I don't know, you guys have been friends for over 20 years. That's kind of
It's true.
amazing. But happy birthday,
That's
Mark.
insane.
Don't step on any more snakes. Let's have it another 20 years, 20 years, 20 years. All right. Love you. Bye.
Oh,
that's
isn't
so
that
nice.
sweet? The first
funny thing
message called people fat, and the second message was one of positivity.
Well, the first
I like
message
that. The
also
second
called
one
people.
way better.
Yeah, a lot more heart behind that.
The first one had no Shrek hate, and the second one didn't have any Shrek mention at all, which makes me think it's Shrek positive. Is that true? Shrek positive? Shrek positive.
No, she said.
Well, now it's going to be a
That
Shrek.
was great.
Happy birthday, Mark. I'm floating. Whee!
There you go. Our own producer in the
awesome.
booth.
That looked like a ghost coming out.
That's
Yeah.
right. Ghost came out of the house behind me, out of the haunted house.
Perfect time of year. It's so funny.
That was so sweet.
Let's do some quick housekeeping.
Kind of spooky if you think about it.
It is kind of spooky if you think about it. Our voicemail is 707-948-6707. If you leave us a message, you can play it on the show. We had a couple messages there. Thank you once again to our friends of the Love of Cinema and our lovely
you so much,
producer in
guys.
the booth. YouTube, we're putting all the episodes up on YouTube. Do go check us out. The link is in the show notes. Like and subscribe to all our content there as well. You know what? By the way, quick plug. Producer in the booth and I did a funny thing where we went to Krispy Kreme and we tried all the Ghostbusters donuts. You can see that on our YouTube. You can watch
It's
us
really
get
good.
diabetes at real time. Thank you.
Spoiler alert, they lose their feet.
Yes, but yes, exactly.
They are now footless.
It's a win and a loss.
Like you could just go, yes, it's true. This man has no feet.
And Instagram at the Bat and Mark movie show. Mark, we did get some fun messages from people just typing messages
Ooh.
to tell you happy birthday.
Old school.
Why they couldn't leave a direct message MP3, I don't know. But you did get a few of those. I don't have the Instagram up right now, but you know who you are. So everybody's excited about Mark's birthday. Mark, tell us something. Tell us, you actually sent us an amazing string of texts last night for your, not for your birthday, but you were wandering around Palm Springs and you ran into the killer clowns.
Oh
Is that
shit, dude, that was fucking crazy. I don't even. There's, by the way, nobody else was dressed up, just killer clowns. And then they weren't talking to each other. It was just
Great.
completely quiet. And then when I was walking, because they were walking toward me, and it happened so fast that I didn't get a chance to get a shot for you guys. But the one that I did send, those two guys just came like around a corner and scared the shit out of me.
Jesus
Yeah, those
Christ.
dudes were huge too. They were like WWE superstars or something.
And I'm a
They were
tiny
fucking-
guy, and they were like a foot and a half
Holy
over me.
crap.
They
And
were
that one guy
ginormous.
was built.
Do you
It
ever
was pretty
wonder?
cool, actually.
Do you ever like when you see people all dressed up and with masks on and everything? Do you ever think like this is a time of year where like someone could be out there straight serial killing and everybody'd be like, oh, they're just dressed up going to a party? Like sometimes my
Oh, heck yeah.
morbid mind goes there, and I wonder.
You know what,
that.
Tommy? That kind of made it funnier because when you first came on the show, you had the mask on and weren't
Yeah.
saying anything.
Yeah.
So now it sounds like you just are.
I've been
You're
planning
trying
it.
to like tell everyone that
Yeah.
you're a serial killer without them.
He's trying to, he's trying to cast
I'm like,
aspersions.
lock me up.
This is
Lock
his
me up.
confession.
This is it.
Yeah. I don't
This
say
is
I
it.
didn't warn you.
You heard it here
Don't
first.
say- yeah, that's right.
Get in on the Tommy Nuggetz serial killing train before they make a Netflix series about him.
Honestly, I'm too
He
lazy.
comes up behind me.
Yeah. Say that you were there first.
Yeah, this is a virtual background, Mark. I could be anywhere
Oh,
right
man,
now.
how scary would that be if it
could be
came
fucking
down and it's like
anywhere.
another
It fully,
room?
yep, it fully.
It's like, surprise.
He's in the middle of a saw garage. There's like an arm dangling from a chain behind him.
And also, too, just for those watching on YouTube, I keep scratching my nose. I'm not a cokehead and I'm not a serial killer. My skin's really dry right now because I've been showering with toxic water for a month since the hurricane. So, like,
Oh, jeez.
every time I take a shower, I feel like I got a fucking new rash on my face or something. So that's
Dude,
why
I
I
feel
keep doing
that.
this.
I don't know.
feel bad. If you look at all our shows, I'm just constantly like,
Dude, I don't even
Fucking
have
face
the
gets
water
itchy
thing
when
as
I'm
an
recording.
excuse, man. I don't know what happened. The air outside all of a sudden turned like super itchy, but I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Constantly like, it's like, does that guy have scalp issues? I'm like constantly scratching my head. I don't have
Did you
head
get,
lice
like-
just because it's
did
fucking
you get
dry
those-
outside.
air quality? Because you're in California, Matt. So did you get those like string of air quality warnings in the last few days? Down
No.
here, we just keep getting these like my iPhone's always like air quality alert.
Well, yours
Really?
is probably more pollution, right, Mark? Like
I
smog.
think it's
Well, Mark,
probably. And it's
it was not
desert,
pollution.
too.
We now know what it was. The killer clowns came,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they were in
Letting
Palm
out that-
Springs. The air pollution was the cotton candy they were using
Yeah.
as they were storing bodies in the big tub. Right.
Plus,
Bert?
again, those dudes were huge. So if they were farting in those costumes, it's gonna fuck the air quality.
Oh my
up a little
god.
bit.
Yeah.
What are you gonna
Wow, those
do?
things are really ballooning.
Knock my block off. Boop. I could talk about killer clowns all goddamn night, but we're going to talk about another movie. Funny enough, Killer Clowns was our birthday movie last year.
I
Nice.
know,
This
it's
year-
crazy.
We're celebrating Halloween with Mark and Trick or Treat, and I wanted to show this off, especially for Tommy to check that out. Tommy, did you get
mine's-
your Arrow yet? Your Arrow
It's
video treatment?
Tomorrow. It's
There we
supposed to
go.
get here tomorrow, unfortunately. So I wasn't able to watch the 4K before the
Aw.
show.
All
But
good.
I'm gonna watch it Halloween night though.
There you
so,
go.
It'll be
Well,
good.
that's because you said usually it's a Halloween day of watch for you, right?
It is, and you know what? I don't want to sound like I came totally unprepared for tonight's show because I didn't, but I'm raw dogging it. I have not watched it since
Right.
last year.
You're just
Halloween.
going off
Oh,
pure
man.
memory, baby.
Yeah, but I mean, I've
All your
seen it.
facts are wrong.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
I'm like Humphrey Bogart first decided to join on when
It's like all
Frank Capra
misinformation.
no, I definitely, I mean, I've seen this every year since it's been out, so I feel like I've watched it 15, 20 times. So,
Well, don't worry. There was no Sabruder film level smoking gun in this release. It's just a really nice visual upgrade. I've had the DVD and I had the Scream Factory Blue for a long time. And this is just a nice visual upgrade. So I'm talking about the Arrow Video, brand new Trick or Treat 4K. I sat and played with this thing all weekend. I've been listening to commentaries. I've been watching. You know what's great about? You know what I fucking love about Arrow Video? Can I just quickly say this? Is that they not only go out of their way to produce new special features, which boutique companies don't do anymore because they're cheap. Arrow Video still does it. And not only that, they're cool enough to port over legacy features from previous releases that maybe you loved. So that way it is truly a complete picture of the movie. And all of the legacy features from the Trick or Treat Blue are here, which is fucking amazing.
Damn.
Because they have a
So they
ton
got
of
the
features.
rights for all that shit.
All that shit. I think they bought it all,
yeah,
man.
Arrow does it right. I think
Damn.
Arrow probably does it better than any boutique. Maybe Criterion's right there with them. But like I love Kino Lorber's transfers. I love Scream's titles and of course their artwork. Or Shout Factory if we're gonna get technical. But Arrow is like kind of top dog for all that stuff. And
I mean,
the transfers always look great too. So I'm sure it looks amazing.
Oh yeah, fucking phenomenal, dude. The
they
transfer
were
is
enough to get
really
me back
solid.
in.
Yeah, dude. I was so stoked to have you because we're on a text chain and Mark was shouting out this weekend saying like he's getting back on that physical media train.
Yeah.
So
Mark, yeah,
I fucking
It's
loved
like
hearing
he's
that shit,
finally
dude.
back.
That was awesome.
It's, but think about it too. It's like these movies, like Demolition Man, The Cell. I feel as though they're like almost forgotten, and like thanks to Arrow, it's like I can finally own movies that I really like now. Those
Yeah,
are
and
like,
it's-
do you remember Demolition Man was just like always historically a crappy copy.
Yeah, I had an original sort of a no frills Warner Brothers, just like a remember the cardboard cases that would snap open?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I had
fucking
a
hate
cardboard
those.
snapper of Demolition Man, and it was not bad. The transfer always looked decent. Like I don't think it's ever been for lack of materials. Like that Demolition Man has always looked good. It was just it needed the love of a boutique to come and be
Yeah,
like, now we're gonna
sure.
have all this other crazy awesome shit. I'm hoping they deliver on all. You know what I want out of that Demolition Man release? I want like the Taco Bell tie-in commercials.
yeah.
I want to be able to dig because let me tell you, dude, Arrow fucking brought it with this Trick or Treat edition. I'm excited for you to
Really?
get your hands on this, Tommy.
Yeah, me too. And I think because it's something that I was, just kind of pouring over some trivia, and like I know the story. I've seen it so many times, but freshening myself up on some of like the behind the
Yeah.
scenes stuff, it got me stoked too, because I know you said you were watching commentary the other day, and I was thinking the same thing. And I'm not usually a huge commentary guy because I want to watch the movie usually. So like,
So these
I
fucking
don't.
idiots are interrupting my movie.
Yeah.
And it's
I'm
in
a
the right area.
I'm a commentary junkie. Like I will do a thing. I'm kind of the same way, Tommy, where if I see the movie, my first inclination is I want to just hear the movie and be in the movie. But I'll do a thing, especially if I have time, like where I'm watching the movie and then I know for fact, like, okay, these key scenes, I want to go back and I want to hear commentary over. So it's not me necessarily starting from the beginning, but this has like a zillion commentaries, including new commentaries and legacy commentaries.
Nice.
And they got Mike Dougherty, who the writer, director, and creator of Trick or Treat. They got him. He's like super involved in the brand. Every time you see Sam, this little guy, pop up in like a Spirit Halloween, he's always got tons of animatronics. They did a whole thing with him at Six Flags Fright Fest this year. Anytime you see Sam pop up anywhere, Mike Dougherty is directly involved. So
That's
if you
awesome.
see, remember when we went to the Mystic Museum, Mark, and they had all the fun Y2K era horror movies, and they had that bit with Trick or Treat, and they had the little like the fun videos of Sam that made it look like he was in someone's house attacking them.
Yeah.
Mike
that's pretty
Dougherty actually made those.
That's
cool.
awesome.
Really?
That's
They
how
have a
involved he
museum?
is. No,
Don't they have a house at HHN too?
They had a house at HHN, which was legendary, and they actually have a house right now at Six Flags Fright Fest, which is not good.
Oh, that's too bad. Fucking
That's
Six Flags.
That's a Six Flags problem. That's not a Trick or Treat problem.
Yeah, that's not surprising. Six Flags.
Hey,
sucks
I talked
anyway.
about HHN, and all the haunt community came back for a second, and then I stopped, and they all left again.
They're gone again.
So I did want to ask this. We talk about the movie a bit. I thought this was interesting, maybe even before we dive into Trick or Treat. I like that Tommy is like, this is a day of watch for me. Before Trick or Treat, I was going to ask, did you remember what your day of watch was? And if so, what was it?
So I watch a lot of movies. I'm not a big TV guy, so I get like 2, sometimes 3 movies in on Halloween. So since I was a little kid, day of watch has always been to me the original 78 John Carpenter Halloween. And that has not changed. That has stayed the same. So that is still, that's the piece de resistance of Horrorthon to me. You know what I mean? That's like what I'm building up to. So by the time I usually do Trick or Treat, like if we're handing out candy or eating dinner or whatever, and then like Halloween probably after that. So back when I was younger, Halloween, and then maybe sometimes like Hocus Pocus or Halloween 2.
That's a good one.
Hocus Pocus fucks.
Great for daytime shit, especially too. Like I'm not gonna watch Hocus Pocus at 10:30 at night on October 31st. You know what I mean? Like it's too fucking late. I need some dark shit then. But Hocus Pocus does fuck indeed.
Hocus Pocus fucks, dude. I'm not saying that ironically. I just happen to have an asshole face. And when I say things like that, it feels like I'm making fun, but I'm not. I am truly excited and I believe what I'm saying. When I tell you Hocus Pocus fucks, I mean it fucks.
Yeah,
It does.
it's legit.
It's fucking great.
It's cool because it came out when I was, all of us were 10 or 11. So it's definitely got the nostalgia factor, but it's still good. I mean, it's a great movie.
That's one I watched leading up to the holiday.
Yeah.
It's not one I think I've ever watched on the day. I think similar to you, I wasn't as loyal to being like, I have to watch Halloween 78. I think if I just had a sliver of Halloween, wherever that was on the day, I'd be like, I just kind of pick one at random. Whichever one I'm feeling, like, I want to watch. It used to be Season of the Witch, but now Season of the Witch is my Devil's Night movie. That's the movie I watched the night before. Because it gets me into the vibe of like, oh, fuck, Halloween's coming, holy shit.
Well, and Season of the Witch is great because there's the countdown. So it's always fun to watch a few days before because then you're chanting that shit in your living room.
Yeah, totally.
Halloween.
Totally. And it gives the introduction of Halloween a nice spooky vibe, especially if you watch it the night before, like leading into midnight. When Tom Atkins is screaming, turn it off, and just goes to credits.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh fuck, welcome to your spooky holiday.
That
and
no
on the
underwear
day
wearing
of,
motherfucker.
I watch Trick or Treat, and I usually watch. Trick or Treat's been my go-to since it came out. I should probably talk a little about Trick or Treat now, really quick, but I have adored this movie since it came out. I actually got to see it on the big screen when it first came out, which was a treat. But I fucking bought the digital copy. I bought the DVD. I bought the Blu-ray. Now I'm back with the 4K. Mark and I have seen it on the big screen. We've even gone out of
Which is
state and seen
amazing,
it on the
yeah.
big screen.
We went all the way to Florida.
We went to fucking Florida and we saw this massive.
Now this was
massive
after it
fan.
was. This was after it was released, right? Or did you
Yes.
do a festival? Okay, because it
No,
never
this
got a
was-
theatrical release.
Yeah,
a
I got
proper
to
one.
see a festival release, and it was about a year after it initially. I think they say it counts as 2007. I think I saw it in 2008, and I saw it on the big screen.
Okay,
Was that your first screening of it?
That was
Or
my
did
first
you
time.
actually-
That was my first
Oh,
time.
so you did see it first time on the big screen. And can I
Yes.
ask, how did you guys find out about it? Was it something that you were curious about, or had you known a little bit about it before going in?
I saw it I was aware of it because of film sites like Ain't It Cool News
Oh, okay, yeah,
and
yeah.
First Showing and people like that who were like, hey, there's a movie floating around. It's a Halloween anthology. I already love anthology movies. And it's like, it's a Halloween anthology movie. Trust me, you're going to want to try to see this. And I remember just people constantly just like fucking talking about it. And I was like, all right, that got me interested, especially at the time because I was younger. So I was like way more motivated to seek stuff like that out. Now, if I hear about some little movie, I'm like, I'll catch it on streaming.
Yeah, you'll see it when you see it. Well, and streaming wasn't a thing back then either, so you didn't have that
Correct.
to
Yeah.
fall back on. I actually am super stoked you asked that question, Mark, because I've been thinking about this for like a week. Because
really?
to me, I'm always going to remember the origin story that I have for this movie, and here's why. So I worked at Best Buy in the movie department for many years.
Amazing.
And I remember buying 300, Zack Snyder's 300 on DVD. And I think on the sticker, like the promotional sticker for 300, it was like includes trailer for Trick or Treat. And I was like, what the fuck is this Trick or Treat movie? Right. So I never had heard of it at all before then. So 300, I think, came out the physical copy in 06 or 07. And
Damn,
there
it's
was
that old.
yes.
It's old.
And there was a trailer in the beginning of it as advertised for Trick or Treat. And I always remember I was instantly hooked because of the little old school black and white, like, hey kids, to be safe this Halloween, make sure you follow all the rules. It had me hooked right away. Cause like you, Matt, I'm a big horror anthology guy. I grew up on Creep Show and Tales from the Crypt and all that stuff. So, I was stoked that it was a Halloween specific anthology. And then that little PSA, the black and white fake commercial in the beginning of the trailer got me right away.
So good.
So I was jonesing for this movie. Well, then it fucking didn't come out on physical copy until 2009.
Yeah.
And it was like, so for 2 years, I was like, where's this Trick or Treat movie coming? And at this point in my life, I wasn't really checking film festivals, or I had no ins with cinema heads. It was just, I was doing whatever, checking the local theater. And all of a sudden I remember when we got copies of Trick or Treat in, I was like, whoa, how did I miss this being in the theater? Well, it's because they didn't get a wide theatrical release because I think they were worried about Michael Dougherty kind of bombed with Superman Returns. He like wrote I don't know if he wrote the story or the screenplay for that.
Yeah. Well, he worked
obviously-
with Bryan Singer for a long time. Like he
wasn't
co-wrote X2.
he's like a protege almost of Singer.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they're buddies.
Oh, really?
Don't hold
Yeah.
that against him.
Yeah, no.
Don't hold
can't-
that against him.
No accountant for taste. We've all got shitty friends sometimes.
Listen, one of my good friends is O.J. Simpson, and I think he's a pretty. No, I'm kidding.
Don't judge him.
No, Mike Dougherty. It was connected to. He's not connected to him so much anymore. Obviously, no one is connected to Bryan Singer, but yeah, he was like a writer producer on
Yeah, I don't
the
think he
first
was
X-Men, X2, Superman Returns. But then he started to kind of break away and do his own thing. But it was actually thanks to the success of Bryan Singer that this movie actually got made.
Well, and
Because
I
Bryan
believe
Singer
that.
he did one
execs
good
on
thing
this.
then.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think I definitely believe that. I think that the reaction to Superman Returns and the box office bomb that it ended up being, at least is a rumored reason as to why this didn't get a wide theatrical release. Trick or Treat. But who
Interesting.
knows? Who
I
knows?
also think it's because anthologies don't do well, like
Sure.
theatrically. I think it's hard to market them. I think this is why you don't see a lot of them. They just lend themselves to video, I think.
Or they're like those Oscar contenders, like 21 grams, where it's just like, It
Yeah.
has to be super
Oh,
dramatic.
yeah.
Dramatic, right?
Yeah, I think
Or
it's
a TV
hard
show.
to sell that. It's
Yeah.
hard to sell that idea, especially to 'cause you could sell anything on the coasts, right?
Right.
But it's hard to sell to people in North Dakota. Like, it's not. What do you mean? It's 4 stories about Halloween? It's one movie. They don't.
Does,
got
you know,
time.
it does feel more like it's suited to television, you know? It has
little
that
bit,
like
yeah.
because
Well,
it is almost very episodic, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I think that even goes back to like the 80s where again I'm gonna name drop Creepshow. Creepshow, the first 2 movies are both fucking excellent, and then
Yeah.
they were so slept on that they ended up having to create the Tales from the Crypt TV show, because no one was really trying to watch that shit in movies anymore. Wasn't Tales from the Dark Side also a spawn?
Tales
off
from
of-
the Dark Side, the movie, is Creepshow 3. It is technically
okay.
Creepshow 3.
Oh,
They were trying to make a Creepshow 3. They couldn't really get it off the ground. By that point, George Romero was not interested. And so the story goes, and they were like, you know what? We're developing this Tales from the Dark Side thing. Let's make that. We have these Creepshow 3 ideas. Let's just make that the movie. And then what wound up happening is years later, they actually did release a Creepshow 3. And
Oh,
it's
so bad.
dog shit terrible. Don't bother
It's
with it.
The
It's
worst part 3
so
ever of
fucking
any
bad. So fucking
franchise.
bad.
really?
That's terrible.
Wait, we would be remiss. I would be remiss if I didn't ask Mark. I know you've seen this movie. You've actually seen this movie with me many times. But is
Yeah.
this like a movie that you love? Where do you come out on
Well,
Trick
here's
or
the
Treat?
thing. I found out about it through you initially. And I think since I actually really, I'm not a big, you guys know me, I'm not a big compilation fan or like, for some reason, I guess I'm in that category where like, I don't want to see, but for some reason, this movie, it like ties everything so well. It actually doesn't feel like that. It just feels more like a movie that has almost a disjointed editorial, you know?
Yeah.
Sure.
It doesn't
almost
feel
feels
like
like
these are separate stories. It's like all the separate stories they combine together so well that it just feels like one cohesive movie. I actually like the way they tell the story. It's really cool.
it's like
It
Pulp
weaves
Fiction.
really well. Yeah.
Yeah, it does that Pulp Fiction thing really well and to tie it all together. But the cool thing is, like, instead of where Pulp Fiction's playing with non-linear narrative and fucking with time and dropping you in and out, this is very clear, like, when stories are happening. It's just kind of like this neat little branching narrative that kind of like, oh, all these stories are kind of happening right
Yeah.
here on this night. And they're all emblematic. That's what I love. Each of the separate stories is emblematic of the holiday. And each of the separate stories, and I fucking marvel at this every time I watch it. I'm sure it's so obvious to people, but it reoccurs to me every time I see it. It's about how you experience Halloween through your life. First, we see it through the eyes of a child. Then we see it through kids, like little kids. Then we see it with teenagers. And then we see it with like an old man. Once you're fucking done, you don't even want to hand out candy. I love that idea, that it tracks all the different experiences of Halloween. And then you have this cool little branching narrative on top.
Gonna be me in
it's
2
so
years.
fucking awesome. Yeah.
Actually,
I was going to say,
I have
I'm Mr. Krieg now.
Pretty much there now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question for you guys. Do you feel as though the parents are actually the heroes in this movie because they killed all those stupid kids? I mean, you know how
Those-
kids are annoying. and
those kids
it is
did
kind
end
of a
up being
cool
little
storyline.
bastards.
It's like that's actually a really interesting. The way they do it is just like this town of parents found their children so annoying that they paid a driver to drive them off of a cliff.
Yeah. Like why even
That's what Mark took away from that.
and I love
Are
that they
these
bothered.
the heroes?
Yeah. I love that. You know what, Mark? That's so morbid and fucked up. It reminds me of my joke in the Pumpkinhead episode about the dirt bike killer having the best kill in the whole movie when it squashed the kid. You guys were like, ooh. Like,
Yeah.
Mark, you just dropped one of those.
I think
as
I
well.
think Mark just took the title on that
He
one. That was
dethroned me.
that was
Yes.
rough. That was
but
rough.
No, you know what I always think during that scene when those poor disabled kids are riding on the bus, I'm like, if you're gonna go to the trouble of paying this driver off to kill your kids, why did you get them all gussied up for fucking Halloween and send them away in their costumes? Like that seems like a lot of
It must
extra
be-
work when you're trying.
I'm guessing
to get
it's
rid
a
of them.
more affluent community.
Yeah.
It lends to the
drop them off
tragedy,
before we
guys.
waste
It's the
them.
tragedy of this. They wanna give the kids a little something. They think they're giving them something sweet before they send them off to die.
And that part always gets me too. Like that one kid, like home, like, oh,
Yes.
fuck,
Or
it's
it's
so
like, we're
fucked
going the
up.
wrong way.
Wrong way,
That's
wrong way.
actually
Yeah.
that is a
I also
terrifying
love too
scenario
those
where you're
retro
just trapped
costumes.
going the
The
wrong way.
retro costumes on them look so
Oh, yeah.
fucking good. Wait,
They're
wait,
great.
but before we dig in, I want to ask you guys, because you can go so many different ways with this, and I want to just get to it and say, do you have a favorite vignette? Is there a favorite vignette for you guys in the movie? I mean, obviously you like them all, but is there one that stands out that's just like, this is the one I look forward to, this is the one I love?
So I'll go first, Mark, if that's okay, because I've been
Yeah, go
thinking
for
about this. I was like, I bet Matt's gonna want to know which of the stories is my favorite. And I think because, like you said earlier, there's that overarching timeline that we can kind of, everything's tied in together. You know, at several points throughout the movie, we're shown where we're at chronologically by who we see in the background and what they're doing. So it's hard to just narrow it down to one favorite because I love the way the scenes are connected, but I really enjoy the principal scene and his neighbor, Mr. Krieg, the Sam vignette where he gets his later, because I love how you're seeing it from both perspectives and different points of the movie. You know, when the old man neighbor, Mr. Krieg, is calling for help, and the neighbor, the principal, is like, screw you, and you know, fucking walks in. And then later when you see him calling for help and you see the guy blowing him off, it just makes it so much more rewarding. So those two are my favorite. And if I had to pick one, I think because of the John Carpenter reference and the fake candy and how he's flipping through the channels, I'd pick I think it's called Sam, but the vignette where Mr. Krieger gets his comeuppance.
And I blew Mark's mind with that over the weekend, because Mark was like, oh, I'm watching Trick or Treat. And I was like, he's talking about Brian Cox. I was like, isn't it cool that he looks like John Carpenter?
Yeah.
And Mark thought I was joking. And I was like, no, dude, that was a conscious decision. He told them he wanted to look like John Carpenter, and he does.
He totally does. And it's funny too, because of course there's so many Easter eggs and references. Like we see plenty of Carpenter references, but we see the red Plymouth Fury from Christine in the school bus background when they're riding around. So there's a few Carpenter references, and that one is obviously the most on the nose. Brian Cox looks just like a pissed off John Carpenter, old man awesome. Carpenter.
So great. Good.
And
Mark, do you have Mark, do you have a favorite vignette from Trick or Treat?
Oh yeah, mine is definitely the one where they take that one girl and they're like, we're gonna freak her out, and they all dress up and they terrify her. I love the fact that she totally gets revenge on them in the worst possible way. Look at me. I like the parents driving their children over the cliff and the one girl killing her friends.
You're like, I just want to see some kids die, bro.
Killer.
Basically, Mark wants child murder. That's what he wants.
I just like that. Like, I like the fact that they fucked with her so badly, and she gets one on them in an even more horrific way. And I like that she's so nonchalant about it. When she presses that button.
That is such a good moment, too.
You're like, yes, please press the button. These kids are turds.
And it's also like,
she does.
She really doesn't
slowly
have to
goes
do
up
anything.
and waves.
Yeah. All she's got to do is not help. Like she's not killing these kids, but she's pretty much killing these kids by inaction. I think that scene's great, too. They're all fucking good. They're your favorite?
All solid. My favorite, I mean, listen, I love them all, but I know that's a cop-out answer.
Werewolves.
I have details of each that I love. I love, you know me, I'm a werewolf guy. I love the treatment of the werewolves in this and how different it is, that they're removing the skin almost like costumes to reveal these big practical wolves, and how it feels. Mike Dougherty talked about it feeling like a burlesque, like it feels very adult. It feels like a strip tease almost, the way they're doing it, and set to that Marilyn Manson song. But my favorite,
boobage.
It's Sam. It's Sam and Mr. Krieg.
Yeah.
That's Trick or Treat to me, and the fact that they hold it for the end. I'm waiting every time I watch the movie. I can't fucking wait to get to that, and I'm so excited when I get there, because it has everything I love. It's got a little creature. It's got, I love close quarters combat. That's my shit. I love that shit. I love that
blast
shit.
him with that shotgun, dude.
I love,
His body flies
dude.
against the
I
wall.
love that
That's
it's
so
gory and bloody. I love that it gets weird. I love that there's so many moments of like where the tables turn, where it's like, oh, he's fucked. Oh no, he blew the thing's hand off. Oh look, the hand's coming back to Sam, and he can sort of reattach. Like, there are so many details in it. I love it from start to finish in the way that Krieg starts the segment, where he's like not into Halloween, wants to scare the kids, and by the end, You actually get that really. We get two great moments. You get the really cute moment where he's all bandaged up from his fight with Sam, and the girls think he's a mummy. And then the second moment
I
is
love
the
your mummy
payoff.
costume, Mr. Krieg.
Great mummy
It's so
costume,
cute.
Mr. Krieg.
It's so cute.
And you know
And
that made him super angry.
Super angry, and the great payoff of the zombie kids at the end appearing, which I love.
Well, because you think
I
he's
feel as
like
though-
in the clear for a second, and you're like, oh, he learned his lesson, but he did still kill a bus full of kids, and then it's like, oh wait, he gets his. In the
I also
end.
It's
love
sort
the
of
little.
like he has to get it, you know.
I love the little the tee ups too from segment to segment where it'll be like, you know, in the first segment, Principal Wilkins' kid is like, I want to watch Charlie Brown. And then in the next segment, we follow young trick-or-treaters, and they're basically like the Charlie Brown kids looking for the Great Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Like, you have little details like that, right? Now we're with the Charlie Brown kids, and they go to trick-or-treat at the, you know, it's one of their teachers' houses, and she's like a sexy cat, and she's like clearly having like a super sexy Halloween party where people are going to fuck. And then later on, when they turn into werewolves,
fucking a dog.
when you see the werewolves, you see that cat lady rolling one of the victims down the hill. She was a secret werewolf too. Like, there's just little shit like that constantly connects them. Like, Sam is obviously the big connect, but
I think also the gym teacher that was dressed as a hot dog that the kid says a hot dog butt fucking or whatever.
Yes.
He was one of the victims.
He's one of the victims. Yeah, she's the one she's rolling out.
Yeah.
I just love little tee-offs like that, little details. And also, too...
It makes it way more rewatchable. Like, every time I've seen this movie, I pick up new things, which is why I love watching it. I think I have watched this movie pretty much every year around Halloween.
Well, let me ask you guys...
And you know what the crazy thing is? I tell Matt this. I always get surprised that Brian Cox is in this movie for some reason. Because it's like, it feels so unexpected, too. I love the fact that he was into it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He's so great at it too, because that's the other thing. It's like, you do have some name people, right? You got Anna the Penguin, but you've also got, Dylan, the guy from Happiness who plays Principal Wilkins, Dylan Baker.
Yeah.
But Brian Cox is like the name in the movie.
Yeah, he's the big star for
like
sure.
When you think of all his legendary roles, it's like you just don't. I'm not shitting on Trick or Treat, by the way, but it just feels as though it's like it's not something he would take part in. I don't know. You just see him as like, I only do these premiere projects, so it's really cool to see him like stretch his wings and just go kind of like crazy with that character and have fun with it.
And it's cool too because he wasn't just in it, like he played a part in cultivating that role. Like, he was, as you said earlier, Matt, he was the one that wanted to look and dress like John Carpenter, and then his breathing and how he was like wheezing and shit. He decided to do that too, to sound like an old fucking John Carpenter. So he was invested in the role more than just being in the role. So that was good. Good to see.
Oh, 100%. I also, too, I think the thing that it sounds corny, but the thing that I think I love most about Trick or Treat is the fact that when you think about most of the movies, even with the exception of the first Halloween, when you think about most movies that people do traditionally watch on Halloween, right, all of your slashers or your classic monsters, so few of them actually take place on the holiday.
Sure.
And have that Halloween atmosphere where you can see the jack-o'-lanterns, see trick-or-treaters, like... We get so few movies that do that. You would think way more horror movies would be doing that, but they don't. So it's actually just like, this is just something I put on as like a comfort movie sometimes, especially during autumn. Like, I usually try to wait. I think I said this last week. I usually try to wait to watch Trick or Treat on the day, but I never make it. Like, I'm always 9-10 days into October. I'm like, let's put it on. Because it's almost, to me, it's like the way you put on a Yule log at Christmas. Like, this is Halloween to me. I'll pop it on. I could have it on mute. I could have the sound on. I could have commentary. But the visuals always make me feel like it's the holiday, you know?
Oh, yeah. Just to have it in the background. And I don't know if your guys' experience was the same, but to me, this is the first movie that I can think of that was like an instant holiday classic the first time I saw it. I mean, halfway through the first watch, I was like, okay, I'm watching this every Halloween from now until the end of fucking time. So good on you, Michael Dougherty.
Same. It's like you fall in love instant. Like, I fell in love instantly when I saw this.
Yeah.
Because I had just never seen anything like it.
Can I tell you something from my perspective why I like it? Because I was raised, as you guys know, super conservative, hyper Christian, and basically Halloween was considered like the devil's holiday.
The devil's day.
I've never celebrated Halloween, this movie is kind of like, it gives me, like Matt was saying before, how you have like every age group's experience with the holiday. Because I've had none and I've never dressed up or done any of the trick-or-treating stuff my entire life. This is kind of my way to connect with the holiday that I always loved but just never could participate in. So
Nice.
to me, it gives me like an amazing primer on the holiday, like what you're
Yeah.
supposed to do, how you experience with people. When you see those crowded streets, it actually kind of makes you like wish for that stuff because it's like, oh,
Yeah,
look
the
at all these
Halloween
fucking
parade.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, look at all
Yeah.
these people going out doing things. They're all gathered together, like having fun. It's a really cool holiday. And I think I love that I can, that's why I like movies because when you miss certain things in life, you actually get to re-experience them
Yes.
because
And I think
it's
you can
just
experience
constructed
it.
so well.
I think you also get an accurate portrayal of the best of what Halloween has been. I don't think Halloween's
Yes.
all that awesome anymore. And obviously the world we're in today, like it's just going to be, there's going to be some drama and fights breaking out at a town-wide party in the middle of Main Street. Like everybody hates each other right now. You know, someone's going to wear the wrong fucking hat or shirt and there's just going to be panic at the party. But I think growing up, Halloween was a time that as a kid, I mean, I ran loose all fucking night long. And so I think that Dougherty does a good job of, obviously this is all totally Hollywoodized and over the top, but I feel like it's a
Hopefully
pretty
there
good,
were no mass murders during your Halloween experiences, guys.
not that I know of.
Not that he's going to confess to.
Yeah, nothing else, nothing I'll speak on. My lips are sealed. But you know, I feel like he's got this is a good snapshot and a good if you are like a person who's Amish on your Rumspringa and you're trying to figure out what Halloween's like,
Dude, yeah.
watch Trick or Treat, and it's a good snapshot.
Dude, how crazy is Rumspringa though?
Yeah,
Dude, you know they
doing
fuck.
crazy shit. Yeah,
Dude, that even
fuck.
it just
That's the
the
point,
sound
pretty
of
much.
it sounds crazy.
Rumspringa, dude. You know there's like fucking three-ways happening while people are watching Hocus Pocus, fucking doing blow and shit all at the same time. That's a Halloween night, man.
They're like, save some energy
Matt
for
keeps
Trick or Treat.
mentioning orgies.
Dude, I would be like, listen, if I'm on Rumspringa, I've got 12 hours to get this shit down.
I think it can be as long as they want. Some people do it for like years, and then they come back and their dick's all crusty,
Dude.
and they're like, "Hey, I'm ready
Dude,
to
that's
build
a movie
barn."
I want to watch. Permanent Rumspringa.
Just
Like
Rumspringa.
about a
That sounds
dude
like
who
the
just
title
never
of
went
it,
back.
Yeah, I think Rumspringa is a dope horror title. Like honestly,
That is a good horror title, yeah.
Rumspringa, you'd see that shit if Eli
He's
Roth
like-
did it. Like Thanksgiving,
Yeah, totally.
you know what I mean? I
He'd
would
be
do
like, I want to fuck, I want
Well-
to kill, I want to do all this crazy shit.
I wanna-
After
snort, I wanna
Borderlands, that
smoke.
might not happen.
it. Oh, true. Yeah, fucking Borderlands,
Dude, that's what Eli Roth did on his Rumspringa. He went and made Borderlands.
Yeah.
And then he went to go back to his Amish colony, and they were like, no, brother Eli, we do not
won't
want
have
you
you."
here.
we won't have you, son.
Please move on.
He got sent. He got done like Randy Quaid and Kingpin. They're like, get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here. We don't
care how
have a
much
cow. We have a bull.
We have a bull.
Dude, permanent Rumspringa. I want to see a fucking Weekend at Bernie's style 80s comedy about some Amish dudes who just fuck shit up and never go home.
I thought we were going horror, but comedy could be good too.
I
feel
think
like-
it's one of those where the first one is like a titty comedy that's super raunchy, like a Porky's.
Like
But
Porky's.
Rumspringa,
could
permanent
do that now?
Rumspringa 2 goes horror. Where they're like, okay, we've done all the fucking, now the killing begins.
Perfect.
Same cast, same town.
Yeah,
All
'cause
the people they befriended in the first movie, they're all fucking going down
they're
in
all
the second
dying.
movie.
Yeah, because you know they're gonna make it through the first movie. They all got their sex on, and now they're
hell
happy
yeah,
and they think
hell
that everything's
yeah.
all good. Yeah.
Maybe so
I
there's
like
some consequences. The second movie starts and one guy dies of syphilis or some shit. That guy dies right away. But the other guys are like, thank God we used the condoms. And then they go to live on and they become then the killing unit of Rumspringa.
And they're made out of like animal skins too, the condoms, because
Head start. Yeah. Sheepskin
Super
condom.
old school. I told
Like, this is my
Hezekiah to
wool
use
rubber.
this lamb rubber. Dude, permanent Rumspringa. If you're a producer listening to this pod, fucking get at us because we're
Please.
gonna make permanent Rumspringa.
Yeah, I think we need triple writing credits on that one. I think.
Fuck yes, yes.
three-headed monster here spitting game.
Oh, shit,
Listen,
yeah.
I will spend a year of my life making Rumspringa if that needs to happen. Okay,
Yeah, I'll fly out west. I'll meet you guys halfway. Fucking let's do this.
All right,
let's do this shit. Is Terry Kaiser still alive? Because I want that guy in the movie somewhere. Maybe
If
he's
not-
like an elder in the Amish community.
If not, I'm sure we could get Jonathan Silverman on the cheap. So
Definitely.
you know.
Andrew McCarthy, he's a whiny bitch. We can get
Yeah.
him.
cheap, real cheap.
Soup
So, yeah.
cheap. Soup cheap. Well, also like a Rumspringa for horror. Trick or treat.
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about.
It's a great. That's what I love about these Halloween specials. They always start off with such honest intentions, and we really do try to stay on topic, but then it eventually just
Off the
completely
rockers.
devolves.
Yeah, we
Like,
just
here's all
fly
our
off the
favorite
rails.
horror films.
It's like, look, guys, you know that Trick or Treat is good. You know, like it's just an excuse for us to hang out, celebrate the movie, celebrate the holiday with each other. You know, if you don't want to see this movie by now, go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
Go watch the movie.
enjoy your hollow life and Halloween.
Yeah, seriously.
Sit
Enjoy
around
your
doing nothing.
Halloween. That is hollow to the core.
It's funny. I live in an apartment complex, and they're having like a Halloween party, and they're like, "Come down, we're gonna watch a movie and have pizza."
It's
and
too
they're-
tame for Tommy, probably. It's
Oh,
just
dude.
like Halloween donuts, and he's like, "Where's the blood and gore?"
There's no fucking
He kills
guts
everyone.
here. Yeah, like, that's how it should look. Yeah.
Are you judging
No.
them on their movie, Tommy? You're like, what movie?
100%. It's like the curse of fucking the Bridge of Terabithia. I don't. It's some dumbass Netflix. Like
Oh
PG.
no!
What, it's,
Ugh.
I want to say the Curse of Snow Hollow, but that's actually that's a werewolf movie. I think. It's
Oh,
something.
heard of that
yes. I
Curse
think
of
I know what you're
something.
talking about. It's a Netflix movie with Marlon Wayans.
And it's one of my neighbors is like, "Are you going?" And I was like, "Well, they're not playing Halloween or Trick or Treat, so no, I'm
So
not gonna
no.
fucking be there. I can promise I will not be there. I'll be
They're like,
nowhere
but it's
near
just,
there.
just a social gathering, so everyone get to know each other. And you're like, nope.
Nope.
Mark, what do you watch anything on Halloween or no?
I do. I watch Event Horizon.
You watch Event Horizon. Okay, that's your Halloween. So you just go
And
for just a
Alien.
horror
I
movie
love
that
those
you
two.
like.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
I mean, those are good movies.
like I
so-
said, I think so far I've watched at least within a week of Halloween, I've probably watched Trick or Treat once a year for the last
Yeah,
probably
fuck
like
yeah.
7 years or so, I'd say.
Damn.
And that's a good mark to show how on point this movie is, because like Matt and I are Halloween nerds. We're watching all this shit. We got it planned out. Matt was even saying you can't even wait until after
Oh, no,
October
dude.
7th to watch it. You're like, first week it's in. So, but it's cool that like Mark, you grew up without that same, you weren't like, I gotta have a movie to watch every year on October 31st, but you still are watching it within that last week of the month. And that's badass. That
Yeah.
shows the
Fuck
staying power and awesomeness of Trick or Treat for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel as though it's like like Matt was saying before, it is this all-encompassing version of the holiday. And it's
Yeah.
got like all these different genre films built into it. So good. It's like
And
if
wouldn't
you
it be
weren't,
weird?
it's like the perfect primer for horror, to be honest. If someone wasn't watching horror
Right.
and wanted to get into
Yeah.
it, I would totally say this is the great start.
And it's funny because it actually doesn't seem tame, but you don't see any of the kills on screen. They're all implied or off screen. Like that's something I encountered in my little trivia research the last couple
Uh-huh.
of days. I think all the kills are pretty much like what's happening, but you
Yes.
don't actually see someone get stabbed in the fucking head, or like
Does the fat kid kind of break that though? The fat kid that Wilkins kind of murders him on camera.
I mean
That's
that
kinda
one
what-
when he's puking up the candy. the
Yeah, that's
cyanide.
kind of count. I mean, that counts. I feel like
guess-
that counts.
I guess that one would fuck that.
And
that
we
equation
see
up
the
a little
girl
bit.
at the parade that Wilkins kind of like bites. She dies, and he like lowers her eyelids, and he leaves her
the
alone.
one who's the one in the alley. That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Where she's like,
I always, by the way, I do want to point something out. You know me, I love a good politically incorrect bit. And one of my favorite politically incorrect bits is actually in this movie, and I think Tommy knows which one it is. It's the bit where Anna the Penguin Paquin, that's not her official nickname, but it is for me, where she's walking around and she's looking for a suitor. She's checking out She sees, oh, maybe this attractive guy. No, he's with a date. She sees the guy in the horse. Oh no, he's in a horse costume
so
with another
funny.
girl. Then she turns and sees this like Conan the Barbarian guy. She's like, hell yeah. And Conan turns around and it's a super muscular like bodybuilder chick. And she's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it's like China from the WWE.
Yeah, dude, and it makes me laugh. Mark, you forget that Brian Cox is in this movie. I forget about that fucking Conan the Barbarian chick every time, and every time it fucking slays me. It is so good.
You know what gets me about that scene every time too? The girl who's in the horse costume, who's playing the ass end of the horse. Who the fuck wants to walk around on Halloween bent over behind their husband's ass all day? Like,
and the guy's probably
no
ripping
way.
ass.
Oh yeah, dude, totally.
There's no way
ripping
you're
ass.
doing that.
Yeah,
So,
isn't
yeah.
that shit funny
Eating
though?
those Haribo gummy bears.
She does look like the China wrestler. She like turns around.
Totally.
It gets
I
me
expect her
every
to be
time. I'm like,
suck it.
you couldn't do this today. I don't want to be that guy, but if you tried to do that fucking joke today, you watch what happens.
You get canceled, bro. Try it and you're
so
canceled,
funny.
bro.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's so fucking funny, dude. I love that bit. That's what I love too. Is like, I know Mark knows this, but like, I love horror, but I love humor in my horror. I love to find the humor in each of the situations. And this movie has such a wicked streak of like wicked humor throughout it. And I think that makes a huge difference for me. And I find that the first Creep Show that Tommy's brought up several times, that is the same way. I think it works because it's got that little wicked streak of humor kind of throughout. You know, maybe not so obvious in some ways, and in other ways a little more. They play a little heavier, but
It definitely makes it easily digestible, because if you think about it, yeah, there's not like, you don't get to see the actual kills, which I'm actually kind of, I like that. It adds a little bit more mystery and
Sure.
like,
Yeah.
and it's, even though you're not seeing anything, it does make it visceral, because like one of the most disturbing scenes for me is when it's revealed that the principal's son is also a psycho and they're playing with the fucking head.
Don't
And
forget
that
to help
kid
me with
just-
the eyes.
Yeah, with the eyes. And it's
Yeah.
so, the way that kid says it, the delivery doesn't feel like just the kid they got. He actually feels like a crazy psycho kid.
Yes.
And that
totally.
reveal is like, I don't know, I wonder how that, it's crazy to think that someone's parents were like, yeah, he can play
Sign
with
him
this
up.
fucking
Yeah.
photorealistic severed
growing him
head.
up. Yeah, growing him up just right, like he was, right? Right. And we get the feeling that once Wilkins was like that too, because he mentions grandpa. My grandpa used to do this with me when I was your age, right?
Right.
They come from a whole family of killers. They've been doing this for generations.
Well, that, and I think that the tension leading up to that scene where you think he's about to kill his kid, because as
Yes.
he's trying to like dispose of that yard, his kid keeps hollering out the window and he's like, go watch Charlie Brown. And the kid's all like, fuck Charlie Brown's an
I
asshole.
love that line
Yeah.
so much. That one always makes me
Yeah.
laugh my ass off when kids swear.
Oh, it's so funny. And you're thinking this kid who just wants to be a kid and enjoy Halloween and is innocent enough. You're like, oh, this poor little dude's about to fucking die in the basement. And then to have the camera back up and see, oh no, he's just being trained in the family way of killing people. That's fucking crazy. So yeah, I thought that was a good reveal.
I also like too that
this movie's full of twists and turns. Like, you can't really predict when on a first viewing. It's really hard to predict what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
for me, when I first saw that scene, I thought the kid was just like, they want to carve pumpkins, not like a child's head, which
Yeah.
is super disturbing.
A fresh head
Fucking
at
great.
that.
I also love too, and I don't know if this was the intent, but like I love that it pays homage to all these different things and different costumes, different eras, different looks. I love that they cast a little redhead kid because the little fucker even looks like kind of a Chucky. He looks like a living Chucky doll, that little kid. They're just like fun little horror Easter eggs, even the ones I think that are unintentional that you can kind of like extrapolate, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they do. I mean, you hear Cry Little Sister playing in the background.
Yes.
You know, there's definitely, I mean, Little Red Riding Hood obviously is alluded to with Anna Paquin's character. And yeah, they do an excellent job of putting in tons of rewatchable, noticeable moments that you're not going to get the first time, but they make extra viewings just so much more fun. It's like a Where's Waldo book, but in horror.
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah,
that's a good way to put
good
it,
way to
actually.
put it. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys. See, it feels like we're maybe coming a little bit to the close. I want to get into some recs with you guys because we're coming up on Halloween. Any last things you guys want to say about Trick or Treat before we move on?
I would say to anybody who hasn't seen it, check it out. Don't like I wouldn't, just because it's an old I know a lot of people aren't fans of older movies, and I guess this one is quite old. This movie aged so well, so you don't have
Yeah.
to worry about that. If you're like, oh, the movie, there's so much to watch in this. I feel as though anyone who's a horror head is going to want to watch it multiple times, like we all said, because there's so many Easter eggs and things you can pick up on, and it's like it's a compilation of every kind of like horror genre film. So
Yeah.
I feel as though it's almost the perfect Halloween movie because it's fun.
Yes.
It's not too dark. It's not the I'll tell you one thing, and my Rex will reflect this. Sometimes horror gets so dark and it just lives in this like bleak bubble that you kind of need to get away. But when I was watching Trick or Treat, I was just having fun, enjoying this environment, enjoying the fun of the movie and the characters. And it's like you can just kick back and relax and experience the holiday in all its forms and have a good time and not have nightmares. It's a fucking awesome movie, and I feel as though everyone that loves Halloween should watch it. And if you're like me and you never got to experience Halloween and you kind of want to get into horror movies because you find it interesting, totally start with this movie. It's fantastic. And it's something I'll probably keep watching every year just because of how cohesive and chock full of like goodies it is, you know?
Yeah. And I
But
mean,
yeah, well said, Mark.
I'll echo that and say, like, on top of it being just super fun and easily digestible, and like Mark said, you know, you're not going to have fucking nightmares. It's not going to fuck your brain up, but it also is something where you can tell Michael Dougherty is a horror super nerd, and it pulls no punches. I mean, you get just about every trope here. You get slashers, you get zombies, you get werewolves. So it's really it's a horror nerds horror movie, and it's something that,
Yes.
you know, when they say someone's like an actor's actor, that's what Trick or Treat is to horror heads, because by the time this came out, I'd been watching horror 20 plus years, and I don't feel like I was cheated with the way they took comedic stuff and made that, you know, kind of brought that to the forefront of the movie. I don't feel like I was cheated out of any of the horror aspect. And then I also want to echo, you guys have both mentioned this. To me, Trick or Treat is one of the top 3 that I watch every year in October that is full on representative of all the best things about Halloween. It's Trick or Treat, Hocus Pocus, and Halloween 3. I think those are the 3 most Halloween saturated movies that I can think of.
Yes.
And I couldn't imagine watching Trick or Treat in fucking April. You know, it would be weird. Like sitting around April 10th, like, let me just throw in Trick or
That
Treat.
dude, that's fucking savage. And kudos if you could do that. If you're sitting there like, let's
if
go.
you can do that, you're a baller. You're
Yeah,
about
man.
that life.
I
'Cause,
honestly, well, I think you could with this movie just because of like how fun it is. And not to interrupt you, Tommy, but
Oh,
the
no,
other
you're
thing
good.
that I just want to say is think about it this way. Look at how much happens and how complex this story is and how detailed it is. And you also forget that it's 1 hour and 22 minutes with the credits.
yeah,
Yes,
it's super
it
quick.
flies.
That's fucking insane. I love it's so rare to get a shorter film.
The
that
only thing I
has so
love
much
more
in
than
it.
Halloween, a short 80-minute runtime.
Short run times.
No, but
And
just
I
think about
actually-
it. How many? Look at all the new revival horror films are like 2.5 hours. That shit
yeah.
is
You know
crazy.
whose fault it
and
is?
nothing as much as happens as in this movie. Look at
Harry
how much happens
Potter.
in this movie.
Those goddamn
Yeah.
Harry Potter movies started being 3 hours, 2.5 hours, and that's when it started. And then Marvel came and they ballooned it to 3 hours, and now we're in the fuck fest we're in now.
See,
Sick.
and you like, some people would probably argue Harry Potter did that because of Lord of the Rings, but Lord of the Rings could do that. There was,
Yes.
you know, there was a fair amount of lore to be, you know, put through there. But
You
Also
can blame
blocking-
The Hobbit though,
Yeah.
because The Hobbit did not need to be that long, and
No.
they just ballooned that shit.
three,
No.
2.5, 3 hour movies. Yeah, definitely. I
They
still
made that
fucking
shit
love
up.
them though.
I will echo what both of these gentlemen said. I think they both said it amazingly well, so I won't beat the dead horse. I'll just tell you, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's an experience I look forward to every year. I am always happy to watch Trick or Treat. And I'll just leave with this, because like I said, I agree with everything Mark said. I agree with everything Tommy said. Mike Dougherty, I don't know if you will ever hear this, but a few years ago, you said there would be a Trick or Treat 2, and it has still not happened.
Where's
Where
it at,
is
bro?
it?
Where's it at?
Where's
bro?
my Trick or Treat 2?
And I think because,
Well,
like
if
you were
it's getting
saying,
that 4K release, maybe it's just around the bend.
I hope
You
so,
know?
because years ago, I'm talking years ago, dude, like 8 years ago, he was like, "It's coming," and everybody was like, "Yeah." Nope.
Nothing's happened. And I think when you were talking earlier, Matt, about how much he still supports this movie and everything behind it, I think that's a good sign that,
Yeah.
you know, if they ever do decide, hey man, let's get the fucking box office bucks for this. Because I also think Mike Dougherty is kind of looked at now in a more favorable light as a guy
Oh,
who
he's
can,
way more elevated than
Yeah.
before.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
The guy's
Krampus
made
and-
two of my favorite fucking movies, Trick or Treat and Krampus, another movie I watch every fucking year.
Your favorite Christmas
And
movie.
I know,
I'm right
man. This
there.
guy's the shit. I love him.
He's your holiday go-to
He's my
guy.
holiday boy.
He is, and that's hard to do because not a lot of people are successful. I mean, you look at Bob Clark's the only other person that's made
Yes.
two good holiday-centric movies, and his couldn't be further from each other. He did A Christmas Story and Black Christmas. But like Dougherty's the only person I can think of that's covered two holidays masterfully. And I do have to ask, Matt, because I know you love Krampus. I love Krampus too.
Love it.
What's your favorite between Krampus and Trick or Treat?
Trick or Treat all the way, man.
Yeah.
I gotta give it to Trick or Treat only because it came first in my life.
Yeah.
But I love them both, and I don't. It's a Spider-Man-esque choice you're giving me. I cannot decide which tram has to drop because I love them both, and I don't
Sure.
want either one to drop.
And
Thanks
Krampus
for not using
isn't-
Batman for that example, man.
Dude, you know that Mark mocks me because I'm a big Spider-Man guy.
I just sent him horrific.
I had to put
Spider-Man
all three
costumes.
of my favorite things together: Trick or Treat, Krampus, and Spider-Man, all in one.
How can
labored
you do
thing.
this? That was well played. Well
Thank
played
you.
considering.
Thank you.
And I would agree with that. I love Krampus, but I Trick or Treat gets the edge for me. Well,
Yeah.
probably because it came first, but also I love the anthology aspect of it. And Krampus
Same.
technically is not an anthology. Krampus
No.
is just straightforward.
But you could. That's the cool bit. That's how good Mike Dougherty is at designing these worlds and world building. I'm sorry, world building. That you could totally see many stories happening in the Krampus universe
Sure.
because of the lore and little things that are introduced and never really fully explored. He could have totally done that, but it's cool that you kind of get two aspects of the filmmaker. You get one that shows you, hey, I can play a deck of cards and do an anthology, or like Krampus, hey, I can dig in on one story and really show you what I can do with narrative drive and focus. So
Sure.
I would say, again, where the fuck's my Trick or Treat 2?
Yeah.
And hey, dude, can we get a Krampus 2? Fuck
Fuck
it.
it. Why
By the
not?
way,
Give
are
me
you
both.
also kind of like not too bothered just because of how perfect Trick or Treat is? It's sort of like
Yeah,
not
like
everything
it doesn't.
needs a sequel. Sometimes I
Yeah.
feel I'm like, it's just
I'm just
like
being
to-
greedy. I'm just being greedy. Also,
Well, I
too,
can-
because it was promised. He came out and said, not
Yeah.
we're writing it. He said, it's done. We're making it. And that was 8 years ago. That motherfucker said that, and he went on
spoke way too
Rumspringa.
soon.
He went on Rumspringa for 8 years, and we are still waiting.
Yeah, he left the farm and hasn't come back yet.
That's right.
I-
God
I
damn
do-
it.
I do think if that promise wasn't made, then it would be easier to let him go, because I think sometimes, and I promise I'm not going to dog a movie that came out recently that you liked, Matt, that I didn't. But I will say I watched Beetlejuice the other day, and my disliking
right.
of the second movie had an effect on my viewing experience
Oh,
the other day. Now, it didn't make me like Beetlejuice less, because Beetlejuice is a masterpiece, but every 5 minutes I was like, yeah, see, they didn't need to do this. Or it had me, I was out of pocket most of the movie because I was still upset and salty about part two. So I see what Mark is saying. They could fuck it up by doing the wrong sequel, and then that might be a problem. So maybe just
I
one
feel
is
as though
good
like
enough.
Trick or Treat, even though it's a compilation of all these stories, it like buttons up and bookends everything so neatly
Yeah,
that
nothing's
it's
left
kind of
open.
like, yeah, it's almost like
yeah,
cool.
it was really just an excuse to have Sam kind of bring you into different, because there are other Halloween traditions. This movie's so steeped in tradition. Like, there are other little Halloween traditions I would like to see Sam cover. I think
Sure.
those are the opportunities for the stories. Because here, like I said, it was more about, how you experience as a Halloween as a kid, learning about the holiday, then how you experience it as an older kid, getting kind of scared for the first time, then as a teenager or 20-something, where Halloween's all about dressing sexy and trying to fuck.
Getting slutty.
And
Yeah.
then when you're old and you've had enough and you're like, I don't even want to hand candy out. I want to hang with my
You just want to
fucking dog.
shoot people off your
Yeah, I want to
porch.
shoot people off my porch, hang with my dog, and watch some weird infomercial about cooking pork chops.
Yeah, he's watching Ronco set it and
That's
forget
it. Yeah, that's it. Dude, every time when they do that fucking cutaway, like look at these chops. And the chops, I was like, God damn, those look so fucking. I think that's why I started
go for some
cooking.
chops right
That's
now.
why I started cooking during this, because I was like, these look so fucking good, dude.
Matt's in the kitchen
shit.
setting shit and forgetting it. Like, check this
Set it
out.
and forget it.
Producer in the booth, look at these chops I just made for the two
That's
of us. Enough to feed an army for 5 days.
Yeah, there are other Halloween traditions. I think it could be fun to do like a not to be this guy, but like for some reason, I don't need to see the origin of Sam, but I would love to see like the first Halloween where they're figuring out how to trick or treat. Like that's kind of a fun idea.
Yeah.
I could also see the idea of people using the scare like to turn their houses into home haunts. I think that's a fun idea. There's
Matt Palumbo.
Matt
makes a
Palumbo could
cameo.
co-star in it. Yeah, like you could dig into those other bits of the lore. You know, maybe there's a reason that we check our candy beyond what we see in the movie. There's just like things I think you can do that are fun.
I think so too. I mean, it could just become a thing where it's, they're just pulling out different tropes and exploring more of those tropes. Because this movie was kind of billed in that first trailer as like a guide of what to do or not do on Halloween. So you could just continue that guide with other stories. Absolutely.
Yes. So there you go, guys. That's our thoughts on Trick or Treat. The movie's a goddamn masterpiece. And unless you're on permanent Rumspringa, you should watch this on Halloween Day. Here would be my playlist of choice for you, if I could be so bold. Devil's Night, I would go Season 3, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Get yourself amped. Start watching at about 10:30. So that way when Tom Atkins is screaming, you're good and freaked out. Congratulations, it's Halloween, right? Mm-hmm. Then the next day begins. Watch Trick or Treat liberally. Apply liberally. You can watch as many times as you want, maybe 2-3 times if you like. And then at night, maybe do a little Michael Myers cool down. What I like to do is pick a random one each year. Whichever one I'm feeling, right? This year.
Yeah, because it can't be totally random. You can't watch Halloween Resurrection.
No. Although,
as much as I love Busta Rhymes, as much as I
have
love
watched
Busta,
Resurrection on Halloween before.
On Halloween night proper?
On Halloween night, because I like to get weird. Because you know how Tommy said, okay, well, at 10:30 on Halloween night, I'm watching in my dedicated thing. To me, by 10:30 on Halloween night, I've already watched most of my big heavy hitters. So I like to use that kind of the way that SNL does for their final sketch. I like to get weird. I'm like, all right, what's the weird pick that's going to roll out and complete my Halloween? It's almost like a bonus weird film. Like, oh, if you were at a film fest, you thought you were only seeing a double, but then we pull a third movie out and it's extra weird. And you're like, I don't really have to stay for this, but I might. Right. So I will probably roll out something weird, like, hey, I want to watch Busta Rhymes do karate. Let's do Resurrection.
And then leaves.
Or I'll fall asleep. Like, who gives a shit, you know?
Yeah, it's not the end of the world if you fall asleep during Resurrection.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I watched that like 2 weeks ago. I still watch it. I love Busta Rhymes as a rapper and as a kung fu master.
Yes.
And it tickles me, dude, to no end, that part when he's like, what are you doing playing Mike? I'm supposed to be playing Mike. And he's like, what you need to do is take your ass around the back. Like,
yes.
And Michael Myers just turns and walks away. Like completely
so
just got told off. So, but yeah,
good.
Night of, I like to finish on Halloween too, because I stay up late. So it's like my wife's usually sleeping, of course. There's no danger of any
H2O.
I do love H2O, but I like the original too because it ends the morning after the first Halloween night. So it's Laurie Strode sitting in an ambulance and it's November 1st. And I'm always bummed when I wake up on November 1st because it's all over, right? You're the furthest you're going to be away from Halloween of the entire year. So I like watching Laurie Strode be in that ambulance as daylight's breaking on November 1st. I'm like, fuck yeah, we're in the same boat. You know, we're
right.
Now we're gonna be depressed for the
We
rest
made
of the
it.
year.
Yeah, exactly. We made it. Now we gotta hang tough.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't worry, guys. Halloween apparently starts in July now.
I'm down with
exactly.
that.
There's
I'm down
already
with that.
Christmas shit at my fucking Target. I was like, it's not even Halloween.
Oh, dude, I'm a football guy, and half the commercials for football now during football games are fucking like, get your family ready for the holidays this season. And I'm like,
Dude.
dude, really?
Yeah,
So
I'm
early?
not a football guy. I'm a basketball guy. But I did try to catch a little of the World Series, and I was seeing Christmas commercials, and I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
What are you
seriously.
doing? It's not even
It's a bit too
Halloween.
much.
And the thing is, Halloween is no slouch. It's the second highest grossing holiday in America. And there's no reason to
shit.
fucking piss on it. Oh yeah. It's been
Oh, I
been
didn't know
number
that.
two
Fuck.
for
Yeah,
a long
dude.
time.
Yeah,
A
dude.
lot of money is spent on it.
Christmas, Halloween, Rumspringa coming in at 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then anything after 3, who gives a fuck?
Who gives a shit? Okay, those spring breaks in fucking Daytona Beach aren't going to pay for themselves. Rumspringa at
Exactly.
number 3.
Exactly.
All right, let's hit this button here.
I'm gonna wreck it! Wreck it! Wreck it! Wreck it! Wreck, wreck, wreck! I'm gonna wreck it! Wreck it! Wreck it! Wreck it! Wreck, wreck, wreck!
Well, I go on facts, not recommendations, but thank you.
This is an old school one for Mark. Happy birthday.
Hey, we're in New York. I got a gun. Let's get to it.
To a Broadway show.
Hey, Asbot, that was the wrong bite. Let's try it again.
That
Happy
was a good bite,
birthday to Mark.
Look at me, I'm the king of New York.
The King of New York returns, people. He's here with his birthday. Mark,
White
since it's
himself.
your birthday, we are
Oh,
going to
shit.
let you go first for our
let me-
Rex this week. And what we'll do is we'll each run through them. Figure we'll start with Mark. I'll sandwich in the middle. And of course, as tradition says, we finish with Mr. Tommy Nuggetz to take us home for Halloween.
How many are we doing this week? Because I got to make decisions.
Let's go 3. Let's go 3. And if
All
you
right.
if you have a little more, maybe run through them
Sounded like
quickly.
the line
But let's
from a
go
movie.
3.
This is some serious shit here.
Serious shit. Let's go 3. Let's go 3.
All right. All
Oh,
right.
perfect then. All right, I actually have 3 then. I was going to do an
Yay!
honorable mention. Okay, so I'll go pretty quick with these because I guess spoiler alert. So
Spoiler.
I kind of took a slight.
Spoiler.
I apologize. I did take a slight break from horror because everything I had watched leading up was getting a bit too dark, and I was like, let me take a slight break.
There we go. Sorry, I was
So-
delayed there.
Wow, that was so. took forever.
Hey, did mine sound even kind of close though?
It was pretty close. Wait,
So-
do yours? Do yours?
Spoiler.
That's pretty close, man.
Oh, that's pretty close there.
That's pretty
Yeah.
close.
I'm just saying you probably didn't even have to hit it because technically,
Yeah.
I mean, it was
You,
there.
the audience, tell us which one was the recording. We may never know. Or Mark, sorry, go ahead.
Spoiler.
Oh, okay. So I did. I watched Transformers 1 for. I had missed it in the
I
theater.
really
and,
still want to see this. I haven't watched it yet.
Me
okay,
too,
so I
wanna
was
see
like, you know what? This is what I'm gonna go. I'll go animated because whatever. It's not gonna be dark and stuff.
It's your
Dude,
birthday. You can watch
Transformers-
whatever you want, Mark.
Transformers 1 is fuck. If these were I think I told Matt this and someone. If these were human characters, it would be one of the most violent fucking movies ever. There's dismemberments. People are getting it's
Hey now.
It's all out violence. I did not expect that. It's very dark. Anyway, I recommend that. It's a fun movie if you like that stuff. And then I watched The Bad Guys, which was really fun, but it had some crummy music drops, which I wasn't a fan of. But overall, really cool animation and it's a fun movie. And then the one that I guess I'll talk about most, and this is for you, the love of cinema, is I saw Sing Sing, which I thought was yeah, I know we're horror and
What is
schlocky
that?
movies,
What
but
the fuck is that?
Sing Sing is this A24 movie about a group of prisoners that have an acting company, and they're producing this script that one of the leaders wrote, and it's how they make it and how they cast it, and it's it's a very moving. I'm so glad I didn't see it in the theater because I probably would have been bawling. It's one of those movies where it's you want these people to succeed so badly, and you're just rooting for them the whole way. It's wonderfully acted. I think
Mark,
they
is it
even
a
have
musical
real
or is
people.
it just called
No,
Sing
it's
Sing
not.
because of the prison?
It's called Sing Sing because of the prison, but
see.
Okay.
it's very dramatic.
Because I was like, Mark hates musicals. And I was like, is this a musical that actually got through to you? No.
Well,
No,
and
it
it sounded like a double entendre. The
Yes,
theme you were working on.
that's what I
and the
thought was
prison.
happening.
I was like, maybe both of these are things. So
what
yeah.
if it was that animated movie Sing? And I was like, you guys gotta watch Sing.
listen,
It's so
listen,
good.
I like Sing.
I haven't seen it.
I'm
But-
also that weirdo that likes animated movies. See you later.
Yeah, get out of here. All right,
Like, I
peace
swear
out,
to
y'all.
God. By the way, this movie, I believe it looks like it was shot on film. You can see some of the scratches and hairs and grain. It's beautifully made. It's a everyone should watch this movie. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, you need to take a break from people getting stabbed, and you gotta have like, you gotta
Listen,
build
you don't
up
have to
some
make
That's what
faith in
November's
humanity.
for.
Mark, this is your birthday. You can watch whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like, give this. I know nobody's gonna fucking watch this movie.
You don't
Love
know
of
that.
cinema,
I might watch Sing Sing.
Love of cinema. You guys are watching all this old shit. How about you watch something new? That's good.
Challenge
Anyway,
has
this movie
been thrown
is
down.
perfect for them. It's like it's
Listen,
got heart.
I don't feel
It's
bad for you, love of cinema.
wonderfully
You
well made.
fucking made fun of Shrek. You you fucking come in here with your fucking Shrek hate. First, stop Asian hate and stop Shrek hate. That's what I want to say. And you did that on Mark's
Shrek
birthday.
Why don't they like Shrek? I
don't know what the prejudice is over there. with
Everybody
Shrek.
loves Shrek.
That's
I
what I'm
thought
saying. Shrek's
I thought it was
awesome.
like, yeah, it's like Toy Story or Lion King. Like, who
Thank
doesn't
you.
like it?
Brother, you're preaching to the choir. We love
Yeah.
Shrek.
No offense.
I don't understand where the hate's coming.
Yeah. I just didn't know if there was a specific thing. If they were like, we fucking can't stand Mike Myers.
Man, I hope on that random generator they have Shrek pops up.
Dude, that
That'll
would be
learn ya.
amazing. No, they won't do it because it's just the gear, and then they'll talk about it, and then they won't pick Shrek.
They'll pick some crummy artsy fartsy movie. Well, if you're looking for a crummy artsy fartsy movie, guys, Sing.
Have Mark got the movie for you. Sing Sing.
No, but I swear to God, this is like one of those movies that should be part of cinema history, and it should be like seen.
Well, I'm
I'm gonna
glad
watch
you
it,
said
Mark.
it because I feel
Fantastic.
like if I saw this movie first, Mark would have made fun of me.
Oh, you'll never see this.
Then
movie.
he would have seen it and then been like super nice about it. So it's good that Mark saw it first. Because I fully wanted to see Conclave this weekend. I was like, Mark is going to make fun of me if I'm like, hey guys, I saw Conclave.
Dude, I want to see that goddamn
I
movie.
want to see
love
Conclave too. I think it looks
Hope,
good.
intrigue. That shit's amazing.
I want to see
love that shit.
Conclave, and I've heard good things. Ralph Fiennes is like the Gary Oldman of right now. Like, he's so fucking good in
He's
every
like
role
the
he's
bald
in.
Gary
He's a
Oldman.
chameleon. Yeah, dude, he's
Yes.
a total chameleon. But I ain't seeing Conclave until at least November
least.
fucking 1st at
There
the
you
very earliest.
So there you go. Mark, any other Rex? That's it for you, buddy?
That's it for me, yeah.
All right. I've
I'm
got
gonna watch Sing Sing, dude. I promise you, I'm gonna watch
I've
it.
got well,
Oh, cool.
in a little solidarity with my brother Mark here, I've got 2 horror recs and 1 bonus non-horror rec. Let me get the bonus non-horror one out of the way first. You guys know, longtime listeners know I'm a fan of nerdy documentaries. You know, sometimes I get into like a fucking nerdy documentary about something I find interesting, whether it's retro gaming, VHS collecting. Well, this week I watched a fucking great documentary called Casa Bonita Mi Amor. And what it is the creators of South Park and their story buying the Casa Bonita restaurant, the Mexican restaurant,
Oh, I heard about
and
this.
redoing it from the fucking ground up to reopen it. It is fucking amazing. If you are like even a little tiny South Park fan, or just a fan of like me, like weird nerdy documentaries, like I like kitschy Mexican restaurants and these guys doing, it's fucking awesome. It's on Paramount Plus, so use mom's Paramount Plus password. It's fucking great. It's called Casa Bonita Mi Amor. It's everything I love about nerdy documentaries because it has all access. You see everything. It's super funny. It catches you from out of nowhere. And it's got one fucking hell of an ending that is really crazy and awesome.
Nice.
So definitely want to tell people, if you're in a nerdy documentary mood, by the way, if you're not following me on Letterboxd, go follow me because I actually compiled a whole list of every nerdy documentary I've watched. It's a list called Nerdy Documentaries. So if you've ever been curious, like, hey, what's the movie Matt and Mark are always referencing when they're like, I piss and shit on your grave too? That documentary is in the list of nerdy documentaries. So I added Casa Bonita Mi Amor to,
I gotta write this down.
to this list.
And
So-
like Trey Parker and Matt Stone are both I think slept on as talents because everybody just thinks South Park, but those guys are so majorly fucking talented. And like Trey Parker especially is a genius, and I could totally see, I heard about this documentary and I am not a big doc guy, but I want to see it because I'm very familiar with their work, and then with the Casa Bonita South Park episode. I love that episode.
Yeah, you will get
so-
a big kick out of this then.
Hell yeah. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
It's super awesome, and it really made me want Mexican food.
Doesn't take much for me,
now
bro.
I
Doesn't
want
take much,
Mexican
dude.
food. Yeah.
You'll be thinking about the food all week, bro. I'm still thinking
Nice.
about it. All right, on to the business now. Horror Rex. All right, this kind of straddles a line. Mark, funny enough, kind of was mocking Love of Cinema. I was watching this and I was like, this kind of feels, it's a horror movie, but it feels like a Love of Cinema type movie. Also, because I watched it on the Criterion channel. I watched a movie, and I might butcher the pronunciation. It's called VIY is how you spell it. It's from the year 1967. It's a fucking Soviet Union horror movie. It's the first horror movie to ever be released by the Soviet Union.
Wow.
Whoa.
It's fucking awesome.
They were living in a horror movie. They didn't need to
They
release
were. And I did wonder if I was like, is there going to be like propaganda hidden in this movie? I didn't catch any, but maybe they
Matt
programmed me to
becomes a
say that.
Manchurian candidate. now.
Yeah. I get activated. The movie's
You just
called
get up and
Via.
walk away.
It is a witch movie, but it's actually really cool because it's almost like in the beginning of the movie, it's almost like you're watching some Ingmar Bergman shit. Like, oh, it's these guys in a seminary, right? It feels like very classic film. Like they go off, they're allowed to leave the campus for a little while to sort of see life before they come back to the seminary. And
it's a
in that-
Rumspringa.
it's like a Rumspringa. And in that time, 3 guys that you follow happen to get invited to stay at this old woman's house. But the trick is that none of them can stay together. One of them has to sleep in a barn. One of them has to sleep in a lofted area, and another one gets to sleep in the house. Well, the deal is, and this is not a spoiler, this happens right away, the old woman is revealed to be a witch. And the seminary guys react really poorly to this. And I'll just say things happen.
As they do.
And thus begins a movie about a witch seeking revenge on these 3 fucking guys. Namely, one specific guy for one very specific reason. And the way that she fucks with him is crazy. Like, by the end of the movie, I felt myself unraveling because of everything this guy went through. It's got these crazy effects for 1967, like crazy fucking illusions. Like they're doing shit like with rear projection where you're like, what the fuck is this? Like they're having like demons surround this guy, but the guy is like on a physical like Lazy Susan turntable against a projection where these demons are running by. It looks insane. And it's got some really good scares.
Yeah, this is interesting.
It moves fast and it's beautiful. And let me tell you, it's each kind of divided into 3 nights. I won't tell you why. But like night 1, you're like, oh, some shit goes down. You're like, fuck. By night 2, you're like, this movie's a breeze. I got this movie. I don't really. By night 3, you're going to see some fucking crazy shit.
Nice.
Okay.
I really had a good time. It looked brilliant. It was just so beautiful. And I always get a kick out of seeing how old films handled like very cutting edge effects for their time. So Via, I think it's called Via is no exception. It's on the Criterion channel right now. It's part of their Witches playlist.
Huh.
Is it
Fucking
one of their?
awesome.
Is it something they're just streaming, or is it something that they've restored? And
I think
fixed
they've
up?
restored it. It looked amazing.
Oh, really?
Even
Okay,
over the
cool.
Criterion
Usually,
channel, like
Isn't
yeah,
the
it
stuff
looked
on the
awesome.
channel? Isn't the stuff they're streaming almost always like stuff that
No,
they made?
no,
Oh,
it's no.
Okay.
I've been watching random shit on the Criterion channel, like Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Oh, really?
Like they just
I
kind
think
of
they're
they're
running
out of
streaming.
content.
It's whatever they can get to whatever they can get the rights for. Because like Christine is playing now on Criterion, and that's not a Criterion release.
No.
So they'll do stuff like that to kind of fill out their streaming library. But
Nice.
Via, I think, is an official Criterion channel like like a blessed movie that they've done restorations for and shit.
Oh, cool.
How was
Anyway.
it? How dialogue heavy is it? Like, how much are you reading?
You're reading a little bit, except for on the nights. Like, so, you know, there is sort of these kind of cool. It's a very 1967 movie, so there are bucolic moments, but I actually really liked those. Like, you kind of get to know the people on this little like farmland, and you sort of like, so that way by the second night when shit goes down, you're like, oh fuck, I know who that is, and I know that guy. But like those are very dialogue heavy because they're having kind of philosophical conversations that are actually really cool. because I was just in the mood for the movie and it was working on me. But the nights where the shit goes down, there's not a lot of talking. You are really there for the atmosphere and the scares and kind of being like, what the fuck? Like, you're watching this guy try not to lose his shit. It is so awesome.
Nice.
And like I said, I haven't spoiled the big things. I have not spoiled the reason. I have not spoiled what's happening on the 3 nights. And I have not spoiled the ending. So lots to uncover here. It's called VIY from 1967. That's my first pick. My second pick is going to be a little cultier and a little trashier, baby. It's a rewatch for me. I really, you know me, Mark knows this. I love Elvira. We watched Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. It had been a little while since we watched it. We wanted to watch something fun and silly. If you want some camp and a little comedy, but with some awesome Halloween-y, spooky atmosphere and effects, and you want to see Elvira doing her thing, it was really awesome. I actually have the Arrow Video Blue. I just got it as part of their big Arrow sale.
Nice.
So I was like, oh, I want to crack this open. Like, I had a real physical media weekend where I was like, I bought this and I want to play with this and I want to watch this. And we wound up watching the Arrow Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and it looked fucking awesome. So
nice.
Just really funny, great features on it. If you want to pick it up, it's really good. And they got a good deal on it.
And Cassandra Peterson is awesome. She's definitely horror royalty and has been, nailing that role for 40 years almost now.
40 years, and even more, because it kind of, the other reason I wanted to watch it, Mark, was because this year Cassandra Peterson, Elvira, is actually at Knott's Scary Farm. She's
really?
not there every weekend. She's there for select weekends because she is actually, I'm going to get nerdy on you guys for a second. She's actually part of Knott's Scary Farm's history. A long time ago, when they were between hosts, Elvira used to host their event. So you could go and she would screen movies and basically do her Elvira thing, and you would see her walking around the park. So as kind of to honor Cassandra Peterson and Elvira and everything she's done for Knott's, they brought her as part of a whole deal this year. So you can actually go meet her and see her. And the tribute store that they're doing at Knott's is Elvira themed, which is actually really cool. Yeah.
And she still looks great too.
She looks fantastic.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's not appearing in character, by the way. She is appearing as Cassandra Peterson. But there's like an Elvira museum, an Elvira tribute store. Like, you'll see tons of Elvira shit there. It's just you're not going to see her in the costume. Nice. But that's it. That's me via Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and Casa Bonita, mi amor.
I wrote all those down. So
Tommy, take us home. What do you got? Halloween.
So you guys already know what genre I'm going with, and I hate to say it, I bet if I gave you guys 5 guesses, you'd probably be able to guess 2 of my 3 movies, because I think I've probably wrecked them on here before. And so I'm basically I'm prerequisiting all this by saying I'm telling y'all what I'm watching in the next few days. These aren't any out of the blue wrecks of like, hey, I bet you've never heard of this. I will say though, I did watch In a Violent Nature the other day. I got the blue and I loved it. I thought it was excellent.
Was that your first time watching it?
That was my first viewing, yes. And
oh wow,
it's not one of my official recs, because even going forward, I'm not going to watch it this late in the game next October, but it's definitely going to make the rotation. And I thought it was super fun. I thought that the mask the killer has in it, this is not a spoiler, the mask he wears is iconic immediately. I thought it was excellent.
Yeah.
So In a Violent Nature, if I was trying to throw a curveball and pick something maybe a little bit more like, oh, I don't know if you know this, but this is sweet, I'd go with that. Instead, I'm going to tell you guys what I watch every fucking October 30th, which is of course where I'm from in Michigan, known as Devil's Night, and I always watch The Crow. It's a masterpiece, and so this year it's even a little bit better, because the 4K steelbook that came out earlier this year, I did watch it back in like April or May when that dropped, but it was kind of like, it felt a little weird watching it at that time of year, because I've watched it on Devil's Night just about every year since fucking 1994. I am a huge grunge kid. Obviously, we were all born 83, 82. So I was, into the music, into the scene. I already loved Brandon Lee as an actor. I was into the comics stuff. And so when The Crow came out, I couldn't have been more enamored by it. Everything about it, the soundtrack, the tone. I think Alex Proyas, I think that's his best work, and then I really like Dark City. But outside of those two movies, that guy hasn't done a lot of successful films, and I still think he's a legendary director because of those two.
How dare you say that about Gods of Egypt?
Yeah, or like Knowing.
One of my
Everybody hated
favorite
Knowing.
trashterpieces of all time.
Which one? Gods of Egypt?
Gods of Egypt. Like, I will come home on...
It's on.
Dude, last Thanksgiving, I watched Gods of Egypt like 3 times because I was having such a good time with it.
I mean, I enjoy it because it's just so massive and big, and obviously to see it's Christian Bale and Joel Edgerton, right? Or the Pharaoh.
No.
and-
That's you're thinking of God. You're thinking of Exodus and Kings. Yeah.
Which one's Gods of Egypt?
Gods of Egypt is the shitty
Dude,
one
that
with
would
Gerard
be great
Butler.
if Matt watched that.
If I watch Exodus and Kings, Gerard
Yeah,
Butler is in it, and Rufus Sewell is also in it, and
Dude, I don't think I've seen
they're in
that.
gold-plated
Dude,
armor.
you have to watch it.
And they
Wow.
turn into like fucking Beast Wars type guys.
Really?
And it's
It's
gold
so
when
much
people like they're
fun.
gods, so when they get injured, they bleed gold and shit. And you're like, what the fuck? This is crazy, man.
I mean, you got me stoked because I love Gerard Butler, and then Rufus Sewell worked with Proyas on Dark City, and he's
Yes.
excellent. Rufus Sewell's
Yeah,
excellent,
he's
underrated actor.
super
also,
underrated, that
Chadwick
guy.
Boseman. Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther, is also in it.
R.I.P.
Rest in
I love,
peace.
man, that's one of the hardest cinema deaths still to swallow.
Yeah.
I think Chadwick Boseman.
Tommy, you gotta watch Gods of Egypt.
I'm going to. Yeah, I was definitely thinking of Gods
Matt,
and Kings. the
we should do a
Exodus movie.
retro review with Tommy of Gods of Egypt.
Well, we could, but we're not going to call it a
Force
retro
him to
review.
watch.
I got in trouble for calling things retro made before 2000 or made after 2005. So if things are made after 2005, it's not technically retro. We could have to just glean it.
I mean,
We have
what's
to,
the rule? 2005 is almost 20 years ago.
That's
now.
the thing. 20 years is apparently the mark of retro. I've gotten
So
mad
Well,
shit
hold
about
on
it
in a
before.
talk
few years
about-
from now, I guess.
Hit me up in 2040.
Well, I'll have to check that out. And you know, getting back to Alex Proyas, just off the strength of what he did with The Crow, which clearly influenced other kind of grungy dark movies that would come later, like
yeah.
Dark City and of course The Matrix. I just think everything about The Crow, it's got so much fucking heart. I was honestly one of those people, I was a little devastated when they announced they were gonna remake it, because I just think that's a movie you don't remake.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, the legacy
Yeah,
of
they
Brandon,
shouldn't have.
no, and we mentioned Brandon Lee earlier, Mark, because you're rocking that do right now, like
There you go.
Mr. Lee, and I thought that guy, honestly, if he lived, would have been the biggest fucking star on the planet after The Crow. He had, you know, he had good looks, but the dude was like. And he was a great action star, which he had proven in his other previous movies. But I just think the dude had a lot of heart, and I feel like he carried a lot of his dad's legacy on his shoulders in a successful, non-destructive way. You know what I mean? I feel like he could have been. I mean, Bruce Lee was excellent, but not necessarily a great actor in American cinema. He was more known for his Chinese cinema. But Brandon Lee could have bridged that gap and been a huge fucking mega.
And by
star.
the way, we should say, sorry, for people who don't know, the reason Tommy watches this on Devil's Night is because, surprise, The Crow takes place on Devil's Night. That's why.
in Detroit,
Yeah, if Trick or Treat is the perfect Halloween movie, The Crow is the perfect Devil's Night
it's a
movie.
Devil's Night movie.
yes, and I like it too, because by the time it rolls around, I have been watching horror for at least 30 to 40 days.
Oh, so it feels like a breath of fresh air because it's like an action
Yeah.
movie.
It's like the sherbet you have at a fine meal, like before, you know, it's like a palate cleanser.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
I'm laughing only because I fuck with some sherbet, and that is good. That is good when you've had the rich meal, and then you get the tart sherbet.
you get
in
that
there.
little,
It's
you
nice.
get that taste out, and you're ready.
I
for
get a
the
little
next course.
sampler. I like a little mango, a little coconut. Nice
Yeah.
shit.
And it, like, the soundtrack I still listen to religiously. There's Violent Femmes on there, fucking Stone Temple Pilots, Nine Inch Nails. Like, I still listen to the Crow soundtrack regularly. Not just
One of my
around
favorite
Halloween.
The Cure songs ever.
The Cure, absolutely. And I just think it's such a great story. It's beautifully shot, beautifully acted, beautifully scored. That's another thing. Graham Revel's score has aged extremely. Is it Graham or Graham? I don't know. He's done a ton of Graham. Depends on if you're Danish or
Yeah.
not. If you're Danish,
It
it's
depends on
Graham.
if you're nasty.
But Graham Rebel is an excellent composer that doesn't get talked about with some of the best since the 90s to do it. And I just love The Crow, man. It makes me super emotional. When the credits roll, I'm legitimately a little bummed for a few minutes because of the heaviness of the movie and then the reality of Brandon Lee's death during filming, and just all of it. It just punches me right in the feel button, right in the gut, and but in a good way, in a way that I will always enjoy. So, and then probably on the 30th, maybe the 29th, which is tomorrow, we're gonna watch my wife's favorite horror movie, which is my favorite zombie movie, and that is 1978's Dawn of the Dead.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. That's a good choice.
That's a good one.
And
That's like one of my favorite Romero.
I
films.
love it. And I love Romero's first 3 zombie movies. I still watch Night of the Living Dead all the time, and I watch Day of the Dead sometimes because it's so fucking depressing.
It's so sad. Oh,
It's
I feel
the
so
most-
bad for Bub. I
Bub,
can't.
and
I love the open of Day of the Dead, but I can't watch anymore because the shit with Bub upsets me. It just upsets me. I don't like it.
It is a very, very downtrodden and like fucking morose and bleak movie, Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead is not that way. Dawn of the Dead, I think, is the first one where Romero starts to kind of peek into like the societal implications of a zombie outbreak, because he doesn't get a chance to do that in Night of the Living Dead.
What I have to ask, the physical media person in me needs to know, what version do you have of this? How are you watching it?
So I actually have so you guys may be familiar with this place in the town I live in Asheville, North Carolina. There's a place called Orbit DVD. And
Yes.
they've kind of
Oh yeah.
they've kind of carved out a name for themselves in the physical media industry by being like an old school shop that still ships, across the country. And so you can still get you can get import stuff from them. You can get region free stuff from them. They get a lot of stuff that's no longer in print maybe, and specializes in a lot of cult stuff. So I've been going there for my birthday every year since we've lived here. So like 5 years now, I go there on my birthday, which is in June. And I just walk in with like a gift card or a stack of fucking, a credit card in hand. And I usually load up. And Dawn of the Dead, for years, people have been begging for a 4K release in the US or even a Blu-ray re-release because they've been stuck.
It's all imports because of the rights issues, and the imports are fucking ridiculously. It's either ridiculously hard to track down or it's very pricey.
And it's funny, you could see, if you look at my finger, that's my Critters Scream Factory set. Right next to that is my Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's a British import, if I'm not mistaken, and it is 4K, and it's 3 cuts of the movie too, which is amazing. It's the theatrical US cut, it's the European cut, and then I believe it's like a fucking TV cut.
Which cut we going with? Which cut we going with to watch?
So
did you say that's the UK one?
Yeah,
Sorry.
so I think it's Second Sight might be the name of the if I'm not mistaken, the name of the boutique label. And I mean, it was like $42, so it was not cheap, but it wasn't unreasonably expensive.
Well, you are getting 3 movies.
3 movies, and also in versions I've never seen before. I had never seen the European cut before. I do have a US released Blu-ray that's probably 15 years old now that I probably bought at Best Buy when I worked there back in the day. But the 4K is excellent. It's totally worth it because it does look amazing, but to just get those extra 2 cuts of the movie makes it even more worth it. I will probably watch, I think last time I did theatrical, so I will probably watch the European cut in the next couple days just to change it up a little bit. And it's just a fun movie. It's the first one where we're seeing obviously the satirization of our society at the time and the mall stuff and the types of zombies that you see out there. And a lot of it's like overly comical. The zombies have that blue tone to them.
Yeah, they look gray. The gray zombies. Yeah.
They do kind of fix that a little bit. It's a little better with the 4K, at least the theatrical that I watched last June. But yeah, that's definitely on the docket for me. And it's my favorite zombie movie, period. Whether we're talking Romero entries or any zombie movies, Dawn of the Dead is excellent. And I do prefer it over the Snyder remake, but I do love the Zack Snyder remake as well.
That one is fucking awesome.
Super fun. And then last but not least, you already know, I should probably let you introduce this for me, Matt, because you know what I'm going to say. We mentioned it earlier. I mention it often. I am going to watch on Halloween night John Carpenter's masterpiece. It's tied for my favorite movie of all time. It's my favorite slasher, my favorite horror movie, my favorite franchise. That's the original Halloween, the OG. Triple
1978
fat OG.
original recipe.
I love it. And it's funny because when we were talking earlier about movies that completely just encapsulate every imagery you can think of Halloween and all the feels of Halloween, Carpenter's Halloween doesn't do that. It's filmed in sunny Southern California. There's like 4 leaves on the ground in any given scene because they were just picking up bags of leaves and reusing them in scenes. It's a very low budget movie. Having grown up in the Midwest in Michigan, I can tell you that is not what Illinois looks like late October. There's not that much greenery, and
you guys got some nice sunsets out there in Illinois.
You know they're known for their golden sunsets over the Pacific.
Exactly.
Right? But I think so. John Carpenter is also my favorite director. I will forever love the boogeyman that they, that's what they're doing. Michael Myers is the boogeyman, and obviously, each franchise has their reasons for their staying power, and in Jason it's like the camper killer, kind of like what they went for in Violent Nature. That's the trope they were replicating there. Freddy's obviously the dream killer. Michael Myers is the boogeyman, and to me will forever be the top dog of the major franchise horror icons. So I love seeing him in his original version, cheap fucking William Shatner mask, painted white to, with the eyes widened to just look fucking dead-eyed and freaky as fuck. Like, I love Donald Pleasance in it. I think right away Sam Loomis becomes the great like horror savior of any, any franchise in history. And I don't know, the score is obviously game changing because they pretty much use that same score for the entire rest of the franchise. And it obviously gets doctored and played with a little bit, but it all goes back to the original. And I can't say enough good things about the first Halloween. I am legitimately like a smiling idiot every year when I'm watching it because I'm so happy that here we are, the moment I've been waiting for all year. I'm watching Halloween for 90 minutes. So it's my favorite. It's my go-to, and it's my last rec because it's what I think every man, woman, and child in America should be watching on October 31st. I don't give a shit if you're Amish. Watch Halloween. Take your
definitely watch this shit on your Rumspringa for sure.
That's right. That's right.
For sure. Let me say this. I love that you went full Halloween on that. But also, I want to just, as we're wrapping up, Tommy, I want to thank you for hanging out with us again, second year in a row.
Yeah.
As our guest horror expert in residence. It's always a pleasure to talk shop, and I know we have you on the show kind of throughout the year, popping in and out here and there.
Sure.
But it is always so fun, and it feels like such a fun new Halloween tradition for me to have you cutting up with us here on the show and just talking horror. It's always a treat because you bring such fresh perspectives, and you have such a wealth of knowledge on these classic movies. Just when I think I know a lot about a movie, Tommy comes in and he always amazes me with just his take or some nugget I didn't even know existed. So it is
thank you.
Been such an honor to have you on our show, and thanks for hanging out with us for another Halloween, man. It feels like Halloween. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're part of it.
And
it's
honestly,
like you lived the holiday, so it's like,
well, you guys have kind of become, in the same way that it's become a little tradition on your end to expect me to be on. It's become a tradition for me too, to talk shop with you guys and to have folks that are like, sometimes I talk to people like within my close vicinity, neighbors or, like acquaintances, and I'm jazzing out about horror, and I just feel like a nerd. Like, I feel like they're looking at me like, who the fuck is this guy? And with you guys,
screw those people.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and to each their own. But with you guys, I just feel like, oh, these guys get it, and it's almost, to me, not a complete Halloween season unless we talk shop now as well. So thank you guys for having me. I always enjoy it, and maybe next year I can come up with some better late in the game recs, but I'm probably coming back with The Crow and Halloween.
Yeah, just come back with your picks, man.
Maybe Hocus Pocus will throw in next time or something.
Hocus Pocus fucks. It fucks.
It gets as fuck on. Yeah.
I think that's it for all of us here at the Matt and Mark Horror Show. For me, Matt, Mark, and Tommy. Once again, happy birthday, Mark, brother. Love you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
for
you
the
for doing this
message.
show. Thanks for hanging out with us again. Thanks for being born, I guess.
Yeah, I'm glad about that. I'm glad that happened.
I'm pretty psyched Mark's here.
You know,
Yeah.
I want to thank your folks for that too. While we're at it, bro, thank you.
Thanks, Mark,
Mr.
for
and Mrs.
spending your Rumspringa with us here on the podcast.
Don't go back, bro. Stay on
Right.
Rumspringa. Stay
That's
on.
it
I'm
for
not
us.
leaving.
Wishing all of you guys a happy and safe Halloween. We will be back next week with a fun film commentary. We'll let you guys see what it is when we get there. Until then, I'll leave and say happy Halloween. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.